Hi, this is Nancy Damiano, garden girl at 2 Peas in a Bucket, with this week's capture video, the place where we tell our everyday stories. Now, this month's theme is milestones, and when I thought about the assignment, I thought instead of doing the traditional milestone layout, I thought I would make a page that showed time and physical growth and changes to our routine. And what better place to do this than showing my son growing up over several years of our trips to Disney World. To begin the page, I started out with one of my favorite pictures of the castle. I just took this last month when we went. It's just a great shot. And then I printed a series of 3x4s from every year that we went to Disney, starting when my son was a year old and right through the time that he turned 8. The papers that I chose are really bright in color and they just remind me of Disney World. They're very whimsical and I like that they're rainbow colored, and that's going to be my theme, a rainbow colored with touches of gold. Now these wood buttons are from Dear Lizzie Daydreamer, and so are the mini badges. And then some L Studio die cuts, also in the same color palette. So those are all my candy colored pieces, and then these are my gold accents, mostly from Studio Calico, rub-ons, enamel dots, and some great glittered flags, and then a little touch of wood I thought would go well with all of the gold. Now that I have my color palette and things, let's get started on that page. Now I decided to base the entire page on white, and this is the left side of the page, and we're going to see two different things going on here. On the left side, I'm going to use that one focal point picture, and we're going to make something a little bit artsy and not a lot of pictures, but I'm going to have fun with the design. So first thing I did was based it on white. I cut this circle pattern with the silhouette, and I thought all of this white would be offset really nicely with those bright stars that I chose. It's a simple design, but it's just a place to play. And like I said, highlight the one photo and use a lot of different colors and layers and things. So my first thought, of course, was to fill all the circles with as much color as I could. I'm going to use this 1.5 inch punch to punch out circles that I'm going to layer behind that silhouette die cut. I'm going to leave a handful white, but I'm going to cover up most of them. Now our video went in hyperspeed here just because this does take a little bit of time. And then you'll see where I also punched the gold vellum. That's from Studio Calico. And that kind of gives me like a stained glass effect. And I like that to break up all the stars. And it reminds me of the castle look and of Disney a little bit. So those are my two really big main elements. Super bold, pretty simple. We're going to dress up some of those empty spots with these wood buttons from Dear Lizzie. The wood gives me just another element and more dimension. Now this is not really my title, but it's a little nod to the Magic Kingdom. So we'll glue those down, some tiny wood letters, and I want to add a little bit more wood, so I'm going to pull out several shapes to see what I like the best. I like that little sort of starburst, but it's small. Then I went back and found a larger one that fits the space a little bit better. And we're going to get those down with some quick drying glue. So my initial intent was to leave some of those spots white, but I'm not a big lover of white space, so it figures that I would go and fill those all in. Now looking for a spot for my journaling and a little bit of a title, I'm going to use part of the photo. So that big green hedge in the photo sort of is not really important, and it's a great place to layer things. I had gone through this pack before and I had pre-printed the journaling. And now I'm just going to layer a lot of different colors and play around this area. This is sometimes what takes the most amount of time when creating a layout, is to get these layers to look right, or to my eye anyway. And here's where I'm going to add a little pop of the gold. I love these flags, and the glitter does not come off at all because I can't stand that. I don't like messy things. And so we're going to cover part of those die cuts up. I've covered some of the titles up. I just need it for the color, really. And then I was fortunate enough to find a flag that has also like the candy colored stripes on it. And you'll see me fiddle and fiddle and fiddle with this until I finally get the spacing and the color and the layers. I'm going to add another circle shape to the left. That's repetition in the design, with a little mini badge from Dear Lizzie. They're like maybe a ½ inch or ¼ inch smaller than a regular flare. Now to attach the layers, I use my staple. I don't remember if this was a tip from Garden Girl Wilna or from Lilith, but I've used it over and over again. It really keeps those layers from moving, and I don't have to fiddle around with a lot of adhesive. And it's quick. I like quick. Now, taking a final look at the layout, I want to add a little more dimension. So I'm going to add enamel dots in different candied colors along the right side, right in the middle of the stars. And there you see it complete on the right hand side. I filled almost every circle with some enamel dots. And the final little touch, some gold enamel dots to highlight that gold flag. And that completes the page. Now that's our pretty page. And on our right side, we're going to tell the story. And we're going to use 5 photos here. And I'm going to use a page pocket. And then these are some cards from the Honey Project Life by Becky Higgins. They matched all the colors of the page on the left side. And I'm going to start out by creating a title card. And I'm just going to do a really simple title, Disney Milestones. I'll start with the center of the word and then work my way out. And just a plain gray that'll be offset by a rainbow colored subtitle right on the bottom, the word Milestones. And there I completed most of the title card. Now I just want to dress it up a little bit. So I'm going to pull out more of these wood buttons that I used on the other page. And they would have went fine. I left that on there, but I do change it later on. And again, I'm going to repeat the gold enamel dots. Now I changed my mind about that wood button, and instead I went with some mini flare. I just wanted something that was a little bolder for that spot. The wood button was a little bit small. And I'm keeping this side of the page really simple. I have a lot of photos going on here. So now on the bottom of that card, there was sort of a blank space under the word Milestones. So I am going to run that through my sewing machine to give me some texture and to sort of underline the word Disney. And it's really quick to do that. And it just adds a little sort of handmade touch to the page. Now my journaling blocks on the top, I have the story of the photo on the left, which was 2008. And then on the bottom, I have the story from 2009, which is the photo on the right. So I broke that journaling up. And I'm adding some gold star rub-ons. sort of to repeat the star shape and the color and break up the journaling. So you don't have these big blocks of text. Nobody likes to read, or maybe I just don't like to read big blocks of text like that, but little snippets that I can do. And the story just tells the change in routine from the first photo on the top where I went to the baby care center, and the times we had to stop for all the naps, and the year that he was able to ride the big kid rides, and up to this year where there was no stroller and no naps and we rode all the rides. So there's been big changes over the years from that first photo to the last photo. Then here is a place for my date. I just used a label sticker that I had in my stash. It's really old. So the first photo was from June of 2006, and the last photo was from April of 2014. Again, super simple. I'm letting that bright punch of color do all the decor for me. And then I have one blank spot, and that's where I'm going to have a little bit of fun. I have an old Disney punch. I've had this for years. It's by EK Success, and it's a Mickey head. And I'm just going to go ahead and punch out from my scraps all different color Mickey heads. Now this will tie this design to the castle picture, and it's quick and easy. Going to line those up really randomly and glue those down to a white piece of cardstock. And there we have them all done. And then to add a little bit of dimension to them, I'm going to add a staple in the center of almost all of them I end up doing. So again, dimension, texture, a little bit of metal. And then I'm going to bend the ears up. And I know that when I put them in the plastic page protector, they're going to sort of flatten back down, but the bend and the crease stays. So it just adds something so it doesn't look so completely flat. Looks a little more handmade, a little more distressed. Now you can see a close-up of how it turned out. Really quick and easy custom 3x4 card. And that completes the design. So on this side, we use Pocket Page, Scrapbooking to tell a story. Really quick and easy. I didn't have to think about the layout or how the photos were going to look best or anything like that. And that's what I love about using the pockets. Quick and easy and to the point. And on the left side, we had a lot of fun with design and color and one huge photo. I hope that you find this helpful the next time you go to scrapbook something about milestones. I think this design can be used for yearly trips if you take the same trip to the zoo or to the parks or anything where you want to show the marking of growth and time. It's a great way and a quick way to do it. Thanks so much for joining me. I'll see you next time.